Hello, how are you today? I hope everyone is doing fine. I am doing fine. I hope you are doing fine. Everyone in your family is doing fine. Your affiliates, your associates, whoever. Everybody's doing fine. You've been having a great day. I've been having some issues in my day, but I dealt with them. And now I'm here with you. I can't hardly hear myself talking, but I guess you can hear me. I don't want it to echo, so I'm really, let me see. Oops. Let me see if I can bring the sound up just a little bit. Okay. Well, welcome to What Would You Do If? I love this question. I love this series because everywhere I go, everything I do, there's always a question. What if we did it a different way? What if I'm standing here talking to you and we said something differently? What would I do? How would I react to it? Uh, Hold up just a minute. I've got to fix something. Okay, I'm back now. What would I do if? How would I react? Well, let me type in what would you do because I really want to know what you would do as well. And let's make sure first that when we see others in the chat, we go and we give a shout out to that person in the chat. And at some point in time, we go to the channels and we check out their channels. If we like them, like it, watch their videos. Let's make it genuine. Let's make sure everyone is genuine in this channel because I go to channels every day and I go and make sure that when I meet a new person, because I always like meeting new people, it's like networking on the computer or in person. I always go to people and tell them it's nice to meet you, find out what you're about, but we find out what they're about through their computers, through their videos. A lot of videos I like because we are creators here on YouTube. We really are. So we all have a different talent. There's pets, there's cars, there are individuals, there's questions, there are fashion, there is beauty, there is uh, creation of objects and products, and that's why I am Braden branded because we produce different products. We produce barbecue sauce, we produce eyelashes, we produce uh, shampoos, brushes, irons, flat irons for our hair. I'm in production right now for Braden Kids TV, t-shirts, little kids t-shirts, and I'm looking for a printer that prints all around on the pajama pants. That's what I'm searching for. Don't know if I'll find them or not, but I'm trying to keep it here in the States. I might have to go outside of the States. Ball Life shared with me a young lady that can do all of that for me. So I might have to go to China. No, not physically. Just talk to her online and get my product printed that way. I'm not sure. There's another company I use called Fiverr, Fiverr. They're pretty cheap and they will layer the product on the pattern, and then you just get it printed up. Or I can go to Printful or Teespring. It doesn't matter. As long as I get it printed for the second quarter of this month. I will be selling the little kids' t-shirts. These are toddlers to preschoolers, and the pajamas, especially little boys. I go to the mall all the time looking for my grandson. He's 3 for some pajamas and things. Now, here's the thing: when you go in Walmart and Target, you'll find a big line of production for little girls, pretty little outfits. Then for little boys, they say, "Oh, that's a little section over there." It's just a little small section for the little boys. So once they're out of the 2T's, 3T's, and 4T t-shirts and pajamas, guess what? You have to go to another store. So that is one of my projects, producing little boys t-shirts and little girls t-shirts, little boys pajamas, and gonna move into the other areas of production for manufacturing apparel for little kids. Anyway, let's get back to what would you do? The first question I have is, what would you do? If you are talking to someone and you have a natural conversation, and this particular person always overtalk you, what would you do? Because clearly what happens is when they're overtalking you, they're not listening to the thing you're saying. All they are doing are trying to get their point across over what you're saying. What would you do? Would you stop and say, will you listen at me? Let me make my point first. Or would you just let them overtalk you? A lot of times, I let the person go ahead and talk. And every once in a while, I will come back and say, can you please let me make my point? It's just that simple. My point is clear too. My point is important too. So why do you always tend to overtalk me? Now, I found out that some people that overtalk you have a hearing problem. I just found that out this week. They really do have a hearing problem. So, what would you do? If you want to come into the chat and you want to answer the question, give me your thoughts. Would you actually let them overtalk you? Or would you stop them and say, let me make my point? It just depends on the type of mood I'm in that day, especially when I'm out in public. Don't try to overtalk me in public now, because I'm going to walk away and say, I'm going to leave you standing there talking by yourself, because you are absolutely not going to overtalk me in front of a lot more people. And that person also, point number 2, like to try to have control. That's it. They want more control. So, what I say, it just depends on the type of mood I'm in. That's all it is. I don't know. Some people get into arguments because the other one tries to overtalk the other one, and the one that was trying to make their point try to overtalk them. I've seen those instances too. And I'm like, nah, that's a little bit too far-fetched for me. I'm not going that route. I'll stay within my realm, and I'll let you make your point. And sometime I will stand up and I'll make my point as well. Go figure. I don't know. But I'm telling you, what would you do if? I have so many questions, because every day there's a question that you will ask, what would you do? What would you do? Had an instance yesterday where this little boy was crying, and they were making jokes about it, and the boy was just crying. Well, I found out the little boy was 3. Now, 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds, all they do is want what they want, and they cry if they don't get it, until they get 4 years old, and then they learn, stop crying. and go get you another one or whatever. And the parent got pissed off and left. And I'm like, I would have never left. I would have just laughed it off like, well, he's just crying. Give him another one. Who cares? The baby is 3. What would you do? Would you leave or would you stay? I would stay because the baby is 3. I take orders every Friday and Saturday, and people come in with their kids. And the kids are 3, and the kids are acting up in the line. I'm like, but he's 3. And they're trying to get the child to stop it. Stop it. Don't do that up in here. And I'm like, ma'am, he's 3. He's going to act like that. He doesn't understand. I know you can make him understand when you get home, but then they try to take the little boy outside and try to stop him. Now he's screaming and hollering because he wants his mom, who's at the register placing the order. And I'm like, let him stay there. Just pick him up. Pick her up. Try to quiet him down. That's all. It's always still good. If we look back into our childhood with our kids did the exact same thing. They cried at 3 because they always wanted to go. They wanted their own way. They was always in control. So, whatever. I look at him and start laughing and say, oh, what does he want? So I go get him a little piece of sauce with a piece of bread, put it in a bag and say, here's your little bag. Here's your bag for your dinner. And then they be just as happy because he stopped and look in the bag and see what he have. Voila. I'm going to tell you something about me. I don't get defensive. I really used to be very defensive. I used to be very pessimistic. Very. Wouldn't let nobody say anything to me unless I defend myself. I'm going to defend myself because this is who I am. No. I was very defensive. I was very pessimistic. Until a friend of mine pulled me to the side and said, look, you need to stop being so pessimistic and defensive. If somebody says something to you, it doesn't mean you got to defend yourself. That person have a right to say whatever they want to say. And especially they talking about your kids, they don't mean any harm. They just saying something, so what? Whatever. Okay, question number 2. What would you do if the person you're talking to talks about the same thing all of the time? What would you do? Would you tell them, look, I'm not listening at this today. You talked about this yesterday and the day before. Are you listening at yourself? You talk about the same thing all the time. Would you tell them about themselves or would you let them go ahead? You already know what the end of the story is going to be. Because he or she have already said it. Over and over and over and over. What would I do? After about the 3rd day, I'm going to say, yeah, you know, you've been talking about this all week, right? And you haven't gotten an answer to it yet? Well, you might need to go find the answer so you can start talking about something else. Because we have about 10 more hours to work and we don't want to hear the same thing again. Let's find something else to talk about. But here's the thing. They come right back and talk about the same thing again. They don't be listening at themselves. What point are they trying to make? I have no idea. So I would ask, okay, what point are you trying to make? Because we've heard this. Are you trying to get us to respond to give you an idea of how you need to handle it? Or, now here's the flip side of it. You give them a way you should handle it, and they're going to say, no, I'm not going to do it like that. I'm going to do it like this. Well, why are you talking to us about it? Talk about something else. That's what I would do. But you have to know the person, the character of the person you're talking to. There are some people get so offended they don't talk to you no more for about a month. And then there are some people like, girl, be quiet. You know we talked about this yesterday. I need to talk about it today because I still need to figure out what I'm going to do. And I'm like, you haven't done anything about it yet? It's been 4 days. But you have to know the character of the person that you are talking with. So it won't be taken out of perspective. Some people cannot understand them talking about the same thing, and when you give your point, then they get pissed off at you. So sometimes when I'm in my different mood and I get to work and I'm trying to work and or get to wherever I am and they're talking about, I say, look, I know you're going to talk about what I'm getting ready to say, and I know you're not going to like it, but I'm going to say it. So that's what I would do. I'm going to either be quiet, let them say the same thing, or I'm going to say something, or I'm going to tell them what I'm about to say before I say it, before they get pissed off. So, what would you do? If they talk about the same thing, you can type it in the chat. If they talk about the same thing, or if they try to overtalk you. If you're a very aggressive person, you're not going to let them overtalk you. You're going to overtalk them. I'm a passive aggressive. I'll let you say whatever you want to say. Because when I come back to make my point, I'm going to make my point. Okay, when you was over talking me earlier, then now let me give my point on what I was talking about. That's what I would do. Have no problem with it. Now, here's a good one. What would you do if you're making a point and they're saying no before you even get to finish your point? No, 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 no. Wait a minute. You don't even know what I was getting ready to say. Let me finish saying what I'm going to say first. Then you say yes or no. The answer might be yes when you finish hearing what I'm saying. Why don't you just interrupt the person and say, no, I'm not dealing with that. No, you shouldn't have done it that way. No, I'm not going to do that. You don't even know if I'm getting ready to ask you a question on the end that would cause a yes. What if I had $10,000 and you say, no, don't talk to me about that, and I want to give you 5 of it? And the end result is yes. You never know. They're shaking their head no. So what do I do? Well, when you finish shaking your head, will you let me finish my question? Why you always say no before I even before I even finish my question? You don't even know what the end of the question is going to be. Now, I am trying a stream at a different time today because I'm trying to see what's the best time to live stream. But I have a video unfiltered that I'm going to run that's going to be age restricted, but I'm going to let it run. It's not that long, but I want to share with you all my unfiltered segment. What would you do if you heard these men who have been together over 40 years talk about this? Just a minute. I'm going to pull it up for you. Don't go nowhere. Unfiltered. The garage. Let me see. Media source. Okay. Okay. Browse. Videos. I'm looking it up, you all. I gotta go to all files. I'm just learning all of this. Sometimes it's a little longer for me because I don't want to mess anything up and lose everybody. Trying to pull up one video. Unfiltered the garage. Let me see what this says. This says preheat oven to 400. Remove bread from bag. Place frozen bread halves. Cut side up on ungreased baking sheet. Are frozen together carefully. Insert fork between halves to separate. Place middle rack. Okay. Here we go.
Now I'm sick of them motherfuckers. No. You said you quit drinking for the New Year. Yo, what about it? Stop drinking. Got sick. Somebody brought a big bottle in. I said, pour me a drink. I get sick again. I throw it up. Give me another swap. When it's all said and done, like, you just a good look at me like you ready to fight. Yeah, what about it? I'm like, damn, nigga, you just a good. You finna stop people for the video. That nigga look like you finna ready to. And then be talking about what's wrong, baby. Only a drink. Get through. Fix me another. I'm wasting too much. Hurry up. You been throwing up. And I already hit that.
Peanut not saying nothing today. Peanut quiet. I knew when I came home last night from work and I saw noodles on the stove. I knew then. I came home last night. I saw chicken noodle soup on the stove. I knew then. He messed up. Peanut was fine. Me and Lisa and Peanut was in the kitchen. She said, man, I thought you wouldn't be able to stand up right about now. He said, no, I ain't doing that. I'm not doing that. I said I wasn't doing that no more. This is it. This is a new year. I'm gonna be right. Next day I come, it's chicken noodle soup on the stove. Well, he must have overdid it the night before.
No drink at all. You said get the drink and everything. And then when the change came back, I told me keep it. Give me my drink, man. That's just what it is.
Yeah, I don't know about a whooping the ass.
I gotta say, but you
Can't sit it tough.
Hey, John.
Yeah, JJ was back out there.
We in a game with a black guy and can't see out but one.
Oh, when his eye got messed up, and he threw that touchdown. He did. He threw the touchdown. Yeah. He did for real.
You sure did.
Yeah.
But like he said, if somebody gonna be a great, why not me? Okay. I hope you all enjoyed Unfiltered. This is a segment of Braden Brand where you have the guys in the garage and the guys in the living room, and all they do is talk about whatever they talk about. They've been together for over 45 years, and all they do is meet every week and they just talk. I'm quite sure you know somebody like that too. I know you do. They just meet and they talk about whatever. They talk about themselves. They talk about what happened this week. They talk about events, and they want to do a. Can you hear me? Cause I can't hear me. I don't understand why I cannot hear. It's up. Let me see. I just don't want it to echo. I wish I can figure this thing out where it won't echo. And I don't know how to make it stop echoing. I've gone to YouTube University. I've tried to look at why it's echoing, and I cannot figure it out. But this new YouTube Go Live, I can't figure out the sound. Maybe I need to go in my settings when I leave this stream. Maybe I'm not in my mic. Let me see. Maybe I'm not in my mic. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But anyway, I allow them to talk about whatever. And in my description, I put age restricted because they say some things sometimes that's age restricted. And I don't get a lot of views from this, but I get enough, I guess. I don't know. It is my mic. Yep, yep. I hope you all liked it. I'm going to go about 3 more minutes. I try to give my live streams in the evening about 30 minutes. 30 minutes so I can see, you know, what's what. See where's the best place to go live. Um, I don't know. I have so much going on though because I'm editing the Simple Cooking with Braden brand tonight. I'm producing a kids video for Braden Kids TV. I'm doing the live right now, and I gotta produce between today and tomorrow Sunday morning prayer because I have prayer every Sunday morning for anybody on YouTube that wants to come to pray. Why do I do it? Because I pray. I was gonna stop, but then one person said if you get one person in there, you might change that one person's life with that prayer. So don't you ever stop Sunday morning prayer. It's only 3 to 4 minutes long anyway. It's called Pray With Me. Sunday morning prayer, whatever it's about. I think this week is about strife, envy, and jealousy, and hatred, and confusion, and try to start making a change. That's what I pray about. And I don't pray for other people, I pray for myself. And if you want to pray for yourself, that's good too. But I pray for myself because none of us are perfect. None of us. We all have flaws. It's okay though. Anyway, I'm going to stay on about maybe 3 more minutes. Nights, Tuesday afternoon and Wednesday afternoon, I'll start getting more people. What do you think? What would you do? If you keep getting 8 and 10 people, what would you do? I'll take a different street and try to figure out something else to get more people in the stream. But I'm not paying for no views and all that. I want genuine people coming to my channel saying, let me see what Kathy doing. Let me see what Braden Brand Reality TV is doing. Like I would go and say, let me see what Nana's Crafting is doing. And let me see what Batman Making It Rain. What is he doing? Let me see what Vinny G is doing and Homesteaders. That's what I do. Ball Life. He come on Friday nights now only. I love Ball Life because here's my story. I want a pair of gym shorts that you can, yeah, just gym shorts. You can walk around the house in, or you can go play basketball. I was going to give them to my nephew because he loved playing basketball. And he have quotes from all the major basketball players. And I found, after the tragic accident of Kobe Bryant, I found a quote on the pants of Kobe Bryant, on my Ball Life pants, shorts. And I said, nah, I think I'm going to keep these for myself. Because I keep all of the sports memorabilia for my grandson. I have D. Gordon from the Seattle Mariners. I have Carl Crawford, a cap signed by him and a card. I have Tom Brady's jersey, number 12. I have to get his name printed on it, and hopefully he'll sign it one day. I don't know. And now I have the Ball Life shorts with the major quotes with Kobe Bryant on it. He'll never sign it, but it still means something. You know? Who knows? He might wake up, he might grow up and decide to want to play basketball. He can wear those shorts. Who knows? But I keep things like that, so. Anyway, I'm at 32 minutes. I've gone over my minutes. That's fine. If somebody come in the chat and want to talk with me, that's fine. If not, I'm going to give a shout out to them anyway. I'm going to give a shout out to all my friends. Casey Neistat, Nick Nimon, Peter McKinnon, what's his name? MKD, Marcus Brownlee. They're good. Green Bay Wacky. I give shout outs to all of them. I give shout outs to Nana's Crafting and Crafting with Kristen and Kathleen Elliott and Budline. I mean, it's a lot of them. It's a lot of them. But I've noticed a lot of them are not on anymore. C-Dub's Journey, Frugal, Brenda G's Designs. I mean, I give shout out to everybody. Restored Beauty. She came in my chat last week. And I got to understand there's a lot of people that's either on the way home from work, picking up the kids from school. I mean, it's a lot of things going on right now. I think next Monday I'll go on at like 7 o'clock instead of 5 o'clock. I don't know. But anyway, I came on with What Would You Do If? So I'm going to come on tomorrow and I'm going to upload my Simple Cooking with Braden Brand and see how well that goes as well. And if you want to come into the chat, come on into the chat. Ask me a question. Wednesday is going to be What Would You Do If and question and answer session. Ask me any questions. I will answer to the best of my knowledge. Ask me how I manufacture things or how I do things. Whatever you want to ask me. Kind of stay away from the personal things, but, you know, I'll answer. I have a daughter. I have a grandson. Host of grandnieces and grandnephews. Brothers, sisters. You saw 2 of my brothers on the unfiltered video. Acting crazy in the garage. They really are crazy for real, though. they laugh and they talk like that all the time. That's why I like producing the unfiltered video. Anyway, I was trying it out. What would you do? If you still want to answer after I leave the chat, answer. What would you do? Leave it in the comments. What would you do if you watch this video and you want to answer those questions? What would you do if? Answer the questions. I'll talk back to you. I will chat back with you. As a matter of fact, when I leave here, I got to go and answer all the comments that have already come to me in the last day or so. I don't do it too much on Sundays. Sundays, I'm so tired from working all the week. And I actually work 8 physical jobs. Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. So by Sundays, all I like to do is go, church, meditation, cook, eat, sleep. Football is over, so I can't even watch football. Oh, they have the XFL, though. So I'll start watching that, and I watch basketball. Couldn't believe the game last night, though. I just knew the Rockets had won. But somebody let their guard down. Derek Fisher showed that years ago with the Lakers. He had .4 seconds, and he got that shot off and hit the three-point and won. They need to take note of that. It's very important. Until that clock hit 0.0, you keep playing like it's 15 minutes left in the game, because the Rockets lost that game on 1.6 seconds last night because they didn't think the guy was going to get it. I always say, play until the score clock hits 0.0. That's Tom Brady's philosophy. If he behind, he going to play until it hits 0.0. He might just win, and guess what? He got a couple of wins off of that philosophy. Kobe Bryant, same way. I'm going to keep playing until it's over, because it's not over. And the Utah Jazz showed that last night. Anyway, I'm glad you came to the screen. Excuse me. I'm glad you came to the stream, listened at me, watched me, talk with me, listen at me talk, leave some comments, whatever. I'm just glad you came. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow afternoon about 1 or 1:30. I'll be on for like 45 minutes. This is Central Time, 1 or 1:30. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your co-workers, wherever you are. Just enjoy yourself. Even if you're by yourself, enjoy yourself. Enjoy what you're doing. Because guess what? This girl does. I'll see you on tomorrow.